Hello, squad. Ah! I almost dropped my croissant. This is episode 11. Being relatable is killing you. Take one. Action. Actually, this is not take one. This is like take 5. Because I realized I was starting to dissociate every single episode because I couldn't get a grip on what I was saying and everything was going dark and I couldn't understand what turn I was about to take. And then I realized, oh, it's because I'm running on straight caffeine and no food. And I should probably eat something. Almost dropped my croissant again. I decided to eat a ham and cheese croissant. So, sorry about that. Another thing, too, is I had my record on. And the music was, like, messing with me so bad that I couldn't formulate proper sentences. And I feel like I was going crazy and the walls around me were crumbling. It was a whole thing. Am I crazy? I'm crazy. I'm just really bad at multitasking. And that's another thing. When someone calls me or, like, FaceTimes me, I'm fully, and I say fully, I'm fully locked into the conversation. I can't even go on another app if I want to. You know what I mean? So, like, people who can FaceTime and, like, multitask, you're superhuman. That same thing with, like, if I'm, like, talking to someone in person and then I have to, like, look up something or text somebody on my phone, the second I go to do something on my phone, my ears turn off. And anything that's happening, I cannot comprehend one sentence. It's like, when my focus is on something, that's all it's on. Like, I genuinely can't do anything else. Okay, I think I'm coming back down to earth a little bit. So let's talk. Let's talk about the intricate systems of the world and the seventh wonder and why we work the way we work and whatnot. In my perspective, Kambri Pellerin's perspective. The title, Being Relatable is Killing You. Now, this is a layered one because it's beneficial in ways and it's also detrimental in ways. It just determines who you are. What I mean by that, it has a lot to do with people pleasing, but in my mind, it's like, don't lessen yourself just to fill other people's insecurities. Like when someone compliments me and they're like, oh, I like your shirt. I'm like, oh, thanks. I got it for $5 and I lit it on fire and then someone farted on it and then threw it in the air and then I decided to put it on. Thank you. Whoa, what? So I was like, oh, I like your makeup. I'm like, oh, thanks. It actually looks terrible. And you see this right here? Oh my God, it's horrible. And yada, 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 yada. I saw this TikTok one time about this girl who, I guess they're gardening out there. Sorry. Suburban ambiance in the back. I saw this girl that was basically saying how, like, she was at this music video shoot, and one of the girls that was on set was, like, the most beautiful person she had ever seen. Like, she was just working it. And she was, like, amazed by her beauty, so she went up to her and was like, oh, my God, you are gorgeous. You should model. And the girl was like, oh, do you see my nose, though? It's, like, crooked and, like, all messed up. I could never do that. And the girl, never noticing it before, has now noticed it and was like, oh, yeah, your nose is a little bit crooked. But you're still beautiful. You know what I mean? Obviously, that's kind of like an extreme example. But it's like highlighting things that you feel are, wrong or I don't know how to explain it. Like projecting your insecurities it lessens who you are because your insecurities are not who you are. You know what I mean? And it stems down to a confidence thing. So, like, when someone compliments me, if I just say thank you, I feel like in our today's world, thank you has lost so much value. So instead of it now being thank you, it's, oh my God, thank you so much. Let's have babies and let's get married. And then I love you so much. We should kiss right now and everything else. Whoa. But at least from my perspective, it's like when someone compliments me, say like on a YouTube video, and they're like, oh my God, this was the best thing ever. I'm like, thank you so much, and I want my thank you to reflect how much I genuinely appreciate it, because I never just want to be like, oh, thanks. You know what I mean? So there's a fine line. It's like a happy middle. It's like, oh, someone could be like, oh, I like your shirt. I'll be like, oh, thanks, I actually got it for a good price, and thank you. Whereas being like, oh, yeah, like tearing it down. Never tear yourself down just to make the situation feel comfortable, because you are entitled to being confident. Don't let your confidence scare other people, because the only people it's scaring is the people that don't have it. Oh! heater. And that's what I'll say about that. I'm eating philosophically and metaphorically. Philosophically, I don't know if that's right, but now it is. Oh, that's my favorite thing to do. Making words up that genuinely feel real. I do that all the damn time. I will say something fully knowing it's not a real word, but it's so exact to the how I feel in that moment that it is. You know what I mean? Like, you guys all knew what I meant. Philosophically. I feel like that is a word. Philosophically. Let's talk about love once again. On my last episode, I had a couple people reach out being like, holy shit, your little love segment really opened my eyes, and you don't understand how much that means to me. To make people realize things about themselves is all I want out of any of this, you know? So again, thank you to whoever that stuck with, and now let's talk about it a little bit more. What I have written down is love is a simple and patient thing. There's so many unhealed people. What do you mean by these? What I mean is warfare in my mind. I've realized that when you meet somebody, I watched a video about this. When you meet somebody and there's that spark is not necessarily a green light. It can sometimes be a red blaring alarm. Shout out to that guy's TikTok who said that. And somebody else said this in the podcast about, like, another one that was saying, like, we feel like we need to earn love. We can't just accept the fact that somebody can just love us as we are. We feel like we have to chase for it. We have to fight for it. We have to prove ourselves. When it's not the case. For example, like toxic situationships and whatnot. What a crazy game that is. I feel so many people are in love with the game and not the people. It's like, oh, we have the same interest. Okay, I'm not going to text you for a few days. Oh, I'm going to view your story but not respond to you. Oh, I'm going to post all this on my Instagram and then love bomb you to an extreme extent, and then I'm just going to ghost you. It's like, holy smokes. Why is that? Like, love is supposed to be just, like they say, it should never be overthought. If you genuinely feel a certain way, why do you feel like you have to run freaking obstacle courses to get to that person? The right people will stay with you and understand you. You don't have to fight for your voice to be heard when you're talking to somebody. That makes no sense. And I get it. The game is fun. Okay. But it's not that fun. It gets so tiring to a point because once you step out of it and you realize, oh shit, this is Squid Game. Y'all are going crazy. I just want to live my life and have the right people around me. And that segues into my next point too of being too self-aware sucks. Just a little bit. I want to play in the Squid Game. I want to have a little bit of fun. But it's so damaging at the end of the day. Like, it's truly not worth it. I would rather... It's just so simple. You know what I mean? It's like you literally just enjoy each other. Why do we have to make it this whole thing? And that's exactly what I said last episode. That's another thing about what I mean about being too self-aware. I am such an overthinker. You guys think I live here on planet Earth? No, I'm living up here in my dome piece. This thing never turns off. I'm 100,000% sure I have undiagnosed ADHD. But what I mean by being too self-aware, I hope that's the right term, is it's so hard for me to, cause conflict or, be upset by something, because I've already so psychoanalyzed the person in question that I'm like, oh, okay, I understand why you are the way you are. Which is stupid, but it's also like, is that a form of narcissism that I always think I'm right? But again, my brain, my world, come on now. I don't know. Like, I'm like, oh, you act like that because your father doesn't love you. Or you act like that because you never feel like you fit in. Like, I get it. I don't take it personal because it's just an own projection of who you are, and I can't change that, and I'm not going to tell you that because then that makes me look like an asshole just because I'm like, oh, you act like this because of what you went through when you were a kid. Then the other person's like, no, fuck you, I just feel this way because I feel this way, which is also true, but, you know, it's a layered thing, and that's what I mean by I'm so cautious of everybody's emotions and who they are as people that everything kind of just gets swept under the rug just because I'm like, I don't ever want to cause conflict. And that comes into the sense of people pleasing, which that again ties to my childhood and how I grew up. That's all it is an effect of. Like, it's so funny to me that we were just farted out of somebody, and then our parents were the ones that were supposed to teach us how to be human. And if those two parents are not necessarily locked in, things can get really skewed, and then here you are years later with an anxious attachment style being like, what the hell? And that's the thing about feeling like you have to earn love, like as a kid. Say you necessarily didn't get all the love that you were supposed to. Now, as an adult, you feel like you have to earn it, and you have to fight for it. You can't accept the fact someone can just love you just because. You have to, like, feel like you have to prove it to them just so you can feel that satisfaction that what they mean is true. Does that make sense? It's a whole thing. And that's why, like, the game is so addicting, because it's like you don't feel good enough because you didn't feel good enough as a child. So when you find somebody who does make you feel good enough and then they're not 100% locked into you, it's like, oh, you have to show them that you are who you can be for them. Does that sound right? You have to prove to them that you can be everything they want just in order to feel that love. But then that means you're changing yourself into something you're not, and then therefore, say something does happen, you're now built on lies and deceit. I never want to change myself for the person I'm talking to. That's goddamn ridiculous. And I feel like that's another thing too. I protect my peace so incredibly hard that I'm like, oh, nobody's allowed in this box. This box? Ew. No, that's not what I meant. You know what I mean? Like my box around my body, not my box down there. But I mean, like, I am so afraid of getting heartbroken that I'm always the one that's running away, because I can never let myself fully be encapsulated by someone, because then that loses a sense of who I am. And the fact that they could leave at any point is so detrimental that I avoid it at all factors. Therefore, I only show you one facade of myself, and you can fall in love with that. But I'm going to keep all my real shit and my real self to myself, and then I'm going to run away. Which, I don't want to live like that anymore. Okay? I don't. I need to be honest about things. And me and my friend were talking about this. It's that sense of just like, fuck it. I feel like for the longest time, like I said, I avoid conflict at all cost, because again, I feel like I just hate arguing. But then that holds me back of not speaking my truth and being honest. Therefore, I kind of wither away in the background because I'm not being vocal about how I feel about things. Because I always want to be that space for someone that they can feel comfortable in, and I never want someone to think that I'm, judgmental of them and their actions because I accept you. So then that's why I never vocalize anything. But now I'm like, I need to start saying shit when I fucking feel it. I feel like I always try to beware. I'm always so cautious of, I don't know. What am I saying? I don't know what the hell I'm trying to say. My next sentence being, at the end of the day, we just all want to be loved and understood. It shouldn't have to be a war zone to be that way. It ties into what I said last episode about how we all just want to be loved and understood. Therefore, when you put boundaries on things like, oh, I like this person, then you stop sharing things about yourself because you want to keep that facade of somebody they like. Therefore, again, built on lies and deceit. But I don't want that. I want somebody who wants me for my craziness. Not craziness in a, oh, I'm a toxic girlfriend kind of way, but craziness and, hey, this is the shit I've been through. This is how I really feel about this, and yada yada. I feel like for the longest time, like I said, I excuse so many things just because I think I understand how people work. But no, I just need to start being more bold and out there. I just act like I'm a little bee in the wind, just yada yada yada, I love life, which I do, and I am a little bee in the wind. But yeah, I feel like I just need to be a little bit more oomph, you know? Even my friend said the other day, he was like, you don't have to be optimistic all the time. Not everything is going to be perfect. And I was like, but I low-key just am. But that's not true. Like I said, war zone in my mind. Not everything is flowers and rainbows all the time. I have been feeling so much emotional warfare lately, but that's also because I started my period and I just felt the need to cry about anything and everything, and I still kind of do. But, why? I would rather be happy. Ooh, for my last point, this is a heater. This is a good one. Settle in. Come on. Ready? This is what I have written down. Our generation is romanticizing vintage and 70s eras and stuff because the tech is getting too futuristic for us. Can I get an amen? True. I've realized, and I'm a victim of this, I adore and love vintage antiques. You see, I have my vinyls here. I love listening to vinyls. I love doing things manually, like I have matches instead of just little lighters, and I love painting my nails manually. I don't like getting them done. Are these recession indicators? Yes. But... and, like, even, like, the 70s era of, like, how the way they dress and stuff, I feel like that's really coming back into fashion, which I fucking predicted that, like, a year ago. I put it down in my notes. I said, the 70s Americana wave is going to be the new trend. I literally predicted it. And I also wrote down in my notes last year that flip-flops and hiking boots were going to be the next trend. And I was right about the flip-flops. Hiking boots, I still feel like they're coming in, and I want a pair. But, yeah, so I told you so. Anyway, stupid. Whoa, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, the 70s. Yeah, anyways. We romanticize that way of living because we are in such a dystopian timeline, and this AI shit is getting so out of hand and so just regurgitated. It's like all that we hear about, and it's like our generation, I'm talking about Gen Z, and again, whoever wants to be a part of this conversation and agrees with me, our generation is like, holy smokes, we didn't ask for this. We're gonna go thrifting and listen to vinyls and paint our nails while you guys set the world on fire, okay? And we've just become so immune of like, okay, I have to write an essay, so now I'm going to use AI, and then I'm going to go live my life. It's like we've become so immune to it that it's just like us gang over here, we're just like, it's losing its sense. We have no direction because everything seems like it's going to shiz. It seems like everything is just losing its meaning because of freaking AI. So we're just like, yo, we're going to go do our own thing, and we're going to go live like we're in the 70s, which is amazing. Like, I want to take my phone and throw it out the window. I am going to go purchase a flip phone, and you can call me if you need to. That's another thing. I used to hate calling, but now I love it. Texting stinks. It stinks. Again, games. I don't like the games. Call me. Tell me how you feel. I'll see you later. That's the thing, too. When you do have absence from somebody and you don't talk 24 hours of the day, seeing them is so much more cherishable. It's so much more impacting because you actually have things to talk about and discuss, and like, it's exciting. But if you've been texting since you opened your eyes to, hey, I'm here, when you're at their front door, it's like you hang out and there's nothing to do. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Must I say it? It does. Holy shiz. Yes, it's true. We need more absence. We need more boredom. We need more old ways of doing things and not this dumpster fire that's going on. I'm starting a revolution. Guys, if you want to go live in the 70s, come with me. First rule, throw away your phone. Second rule, get a bike. Third rule, flip phone. And fourth rule, have a good time. No, I'm not starting a cult. I'm just trying to have a good time and live life the way it was supposed to be lived. Is that so crazy? And that's another thing, too. I hate social media. I hate it. Yeah. Like, this will be my last point. Like, just posting on TikTok is literally, I just feel like I'm in the Temu backstock, just like standing outside with a cup. Like, look at me, look at me. It's so stupid, and that's what everybody's doing. And it's just so unauthentic now. And it's like, why am I posting thirst traps when there's literal terrible things happening in the world? And no, TikTok is not going to solve my answers and make me famous and bring me every joy and hope that I want in the world. Doing things authentically the hard way and people finding you when they're supposed to is the right way. Is TikTok a good source for that? Yes, but it doesn't even freaking work because you're just fighting algorithms and you're not locking in. I don't know. It's such a hard thing. It's such a beep boop, like there's a scale. It's like there's so many pros, there's so many cons. It's just like the other day I saw this artist on TikTok who was like posting their paintings, and I literally commented, I was like, how am I able to see this for free? Your talent is so just beyond this world, and you're just posting it on TikTok? And that's with like a lot of people. But that is the source of like finding people who appreciate you. But it's such a stupid, I don't know. I just don't like it, you know? Anyway, I know this was mumble jumble, and I know it was a little bit crazy, and I'm not even sure if anything I said made sense, but if you're listening, I appreciate you so much. Oh my God, let's have babies. Anyway, sorry. But, yeah. Come join my revolution. So sorry about my inconsistent schedule, but I'm consistent in the grand scheme of things, okay? So just know I'll be back with so much more to spew. I love every single one of you people who take the time to hear me, because that means more than you know. And I will see you soon.